list, why friends are the key to a successful move,
We all know how difficult it is moving by yourself.
and how air purifiers may help you breathe easier, and what to look for when buying one. Plus, dance moves that will strengthen and tone your arms. But first,
We've got to keep our wallets and our hearts happy.
Yes, we do.
how to navigate love and money in relationships. It's your life, it's your list, and it starts right now.
Hey guys, I'm Christina Guerrero.
And I'm Jimmy Rhodes, and pretty much everyone will admit they want to find someone to love and they want to make money.
Yes, but when they find that person to love, the money angle can get tricky. Is it my money now or our money? Why is my job financing your mother's birthday present? That's just for starters.
Jackie Denker's breaking down the etiquette that governs love and money, and that's our featured story at the top of the list.
The debate of who should pay in a relationship, it can get a bit dicey.
But there are ways to kind of deal with it.
You have to deal with it.
So to learn the ins and outs of love and money etiquette, we turned to relationship expert Susan Winter. Let's start at the beginning with paying during the courtship phase.
Each person has to decide. There are those individuals who take very strong stances in traditional gender roles. For heterosexual relationships, there are those that feel that the man should pay, and there are those that feel that the woman should be the recipient of this, and that that's part of the courtship model.
Very chivalrous.
But then again,
There are very modern couples of both genders that decide we are in this together, we're going to split. It just depends on what you're comfortable with.
so she recommends having that conversation up front to avoid any confusion, or just see what happens.
Oftentimes one partner will jump for the check and they're saying, let me do this. And it's normally the person who's asked the other out on the date.
Interesting.
Next, let's talk what happens when you've made the relationship official.
Now it gets a little more complicated.
You have to have the preliminary discussions of who pays for what.
Especially if you've made the jump to move in together.
You cannot assume that the one who has more money will pay. And you can't assume traditional gender roles.
One thing she recommends is to write up a relationship contract.
So you just sit down, you write up a contract. This doesn't have to be a lawyer thing, or is it just something between you and the partner?
You can write in anything, like money or chore responsibilities.
When you put it on paper, you can go back and refer to it. So it's not like a conversation where, but I understood you to say, but I thought that meant.
Put it in writing.
Put it in writing, and you both agree to it and you both sign it.
And while it may sound a little uncomfortable,
What we're trying to do is eliminate resentment and future fights.
Gotta pull it off like a Band-Aid and just have that combo.
finally, when people take the leap to marriage, it's time to talk debt.
Dreaded debt.
If you're coming into a marriage, you have to talk about who's carrying what amount of debt, because that is now a part of the marital situation.
That's a lot of baggage.
It is, and it's a discussion that's uncomfortable, but couples have to have it when they're at that juncture.
Ask your partner,
What debt are you carrying? How have you been paying it off?
and then together figure out how you're going to tackle it, whether that's in a contract or marriage counseling, because
We gotta keep our wallets and our hearts happy.
Yes, we do. That's a good point.
tackling love and money is at the top of the list.
These heat waves mean a lot of time indoors, so it's a good time to look into an air purifier. They come in all shapes and sizes and price points and focus on different kinds of allergens and impurities. So let's clear the air and find the one that's best for your family.
Air purifier design and technology have made quantum leaps in the last few years.
So the air purifier category is constantly evolving, and you're going to be finding it at more and more competitive price points. And it really starts with the continued improvement of the efficiency of these machines and their capacity and their output.
Adam Niesler of True Sense Wellness highlights some of the new tech you can find in modern air purifiers, starting with filter technology that can capture almost any airborne particle, no matter how tiny. HEPA filters, or high-efficiency particulate air filters, are the first line of defense.
The air purifier's filter can capture particulate matter as small as 0.3 microns. And to put that into perspective, the average mold spore that's floating around your room is going to be between 5 and 100 microns in size.
Same goes for the flu virus, COVID, and pet dander. Plus, these newer filters can nearly eliminate dust in your home.
Because it's going to capture those dust particles when they're floating around in the air. That means there's less of them that are going to fall onto the countertops and onto your linens and your furniture and things like that.
The next feature, Adam says, will have you breathing easy: UVC light technology.
The UVC light's going to kill those germs and bacteria that the purifier's filter will capture.
It literally breaks the DNA of viruses and mold spores, making them harmless.
This is extra important because it helps to prevent any recirculation of those things that may be captured by the filter and might otherwise grow on the filter.
We'll wrap up with smart features.
So there's things like technologies for monitoring your air quality, indicators to tell you when to replace that filter, and smart connectivity has come on really strong. And that allows you to control the purifier via a mobile app or a smart home device.
An air quality monitor can be placed anywhere in your home, say where your pet likes to nap or near a door, where allergens can enter the living area.
It provides real-time feedback to the purifier, so the purifier can respond in real time and adjust its fan speeds to the air quality in your room.
Adam says no matter what brand you choose, make sure it's been third-party tested
to validate the claims that they'll make about capturing COVID and other viruses.
We are clearing the air with the latest in air purifiers.
Of course, good friends count on your support, which is great, unless it involves helping them move. Since 60% of moves in the U.S. happen between May and August, any day now someone might hit you up. So here are some tips to help your friends move.
Moving to a new place isn't always easy, and doing it alone?
We all know how difficult it is moving by yourself. It's just not a fun experience. It really shows who your real friends are when they're out there helping you lift those dressers into those trucks.
We spoke with Ethan Delahunty, marketing manager at Muscular Moving Men in Phoenix, Arizona, to learn how to help our friends with their move. And it starts with getting clear on the moving plan.
Figure out what the scope of the job is going to be before you get there, and then have a plan in place. You can't go off of plan until you had a plan in the first place. A lot of people just show up and start moving, and it's just a cluster. Everybody should know their schedule, so if you're showing up and you think you're going to knock it out in 2 hours, and you're like, hey, I have to go to lunch, I have to leave soon, getting clear on the plan up front is going to help you. You don't want to leave a friend hanging.
So ask questions prior to the move.
Are you packed? How much furniture do we have? How many people are coming to help us? These are easy questions to see what you're getting into before you get out there.
Next, have a good attitude.
You want to make sure you don't have a bad attitude to add to that stressful situation your friend's already going to. And if you have a good attitude, it's contagious. Your other friend's gonna be like, all right, we're having a good time. Let's go lift this dresser. I'm getting such a good workout in right now, aren't you?
So Ethan says, always bring the energy. And
if you're showing up with goodies, make sure you're prepared. You got the water, you got the snacks, you got the food. When everybody starts getting slow, I'm gonna order us some pizzas and we're gonna get rolling. That usually lifts the spirits a little bit.
His third tip, bring materials.
The materials can get expensive real quick. What you can do is start using some of those other items that are similar to a furniture pad. For the mattresses, getting like mattress bags and stuff to wrap them in, keep them in the sheets, maybe some old sheets you don't care about. That way you can just throw the sheets out or wash them once you get there. And then also use those blankets as wrapping material and newspaper. Bring some newspaper with you to pack some of those glasses to make sure they don't break. Those are all great things that you can bring that aren't necessarily professional packing materials, but they work the same way.
Finally, use your strengths.
There's different aspects of moving. You got your packing, loading a truck, packing a truck. I mean, it's like you're playing Tetris back there. And then also lifting the heavy furniture. Sometimes you're just gonna have to use brute force with some stuff. I know that maybe I'm better at packing, but my friend is gonna be better at lifting that heavy furniture. I'm gonna go pack up some boxes while they get some of that lifting done with those other boxes.
We're loading up on tips to help our friends move like pros.
Still to come on the list.
I feel amazing. I feel amazing.
How to help set kids up for success. Plus, the fun ways to get seriously fit arms.
And you feel a gust of wind blow up underneath these wings.
Plus,
ladies and gentlemen, the Rolling Stones.
Music documentaries giving you an inside look at your favorite artists.
Life is fantastic.
All that and more next.
Hello, friends of the YouTube universe. I know that you are right in the middle of watching. It's an excellent episode, but I just wanted to remind you to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss 1 minute of the list. Okay, now back to the show. Welcome back. Okay, the kids have been on summer vacation a while now, and they're probably going a little nuts. So what better time to give them a lesson in self-care that could last a lifetime? We are calming the kiddos with an intro to movement and mindfulness.
We live in a fast-paced world, and if adults are feeling the pressure, chances are kids are too.
Kids face change every single day, and they're dealing with a lot.
Michelle Levy is the CEO and founder of Zing, a company that offers fitness programs for kids that fuses exercise with positive affirmations and mindfulness.
We have probably as adults learned a lot of things in adulthood to make us feel better. I got into journaling later on in my life, and wouldn't it be cool if I learned those things early on?
No time like the present to help shape future generations. So she shares some tips on how we can introduce kids to mindfulness,
so they could be the strong, confident leaders of tomorrow.
First, know this shouldn't be a time-consuming process. Take these quick exercises, for example.
I think mindfulness should be quick. It should be something that everyone can integrate every single day.
If kids are feeling uneasy after a long day, Levy recommends some rainbow breaths.
We're going to take a big deep breath up and fill our arms up like we're making the colors of the rainbow. And then as we breathe out, we keep following those colors of the rainbow.
Or to help release negative emotions, try some power stomps.
With everything we've got to one side, we take a big deep breath up and push out the other way. So they can think about that feeling, how they felt, and they throw it away. It's out of here.
And along with these movements, add some positive affirmations.
I feel amazing.
We use positive affirmations as a way to fuel and motivate us. It's energetic, it's powerful, and the kids take that with them.
They help with self-confidence and help create a safe space for kids to escape.
I think in today's world, that's really key, that they know that they can trust us. We're here for them.
And while there's a good way to approach mindfulness for kids, it's also important to avoid a culture of comparison.
A lot of kids are on their screens all day. They're seeing what other kids are doing. There's a lot of kids saying, well, this person's doing this. I'm not good enough for this. If we can start to have kids change their mindset about themselves, we have the power to change a lot of things.
And remember that the path towards mindfulness doesn't happen overnight.
So make it easy, make it simple, keep it fun, and it'll be something you'll be able to incorporate for the rest of your life.
Helping raise confident kids by introducing them early on to the world of mindfulness.
As labor shortages continue, robots are becoming a more popular option to make up those shortfalls in workers. And the farming, environmental, and restaurant industries are adopting the tech more and more. Here are 3 robo-helpers who are lending a high-tech hand. Coming in at number 1, Harvest Crew, a crop harvesting robot that does the job of 6 workers at once.
Our harvesting services are the only option available to growers to provide a complete manual labor replacement.
As it slowly drives over crop rows, 16 robotic fingers automatically pick and pack ripe produce.
With our vision system, we gather 360-degree images of each plant.
It operates day or night and picks 8 acres in a 20-hour work cycle.
Harvest Crew is on track to scale our fleet and to fulfill the needs of growers with our innovative set of technologies.
It's currently being tested, but plans are to commercially roll out next year. All their info is at harvestcrewrobotics.com. At number 2, Bebot, a beach cleaning robot currently being used on Florida's beaches.
Now, it utilizes a sand sifting mechanism that allows the sand to fall through and plastic and debris to be loaded into the hopper.
It's fully electric and cleans an area that's roughly the size of about 7 basketball courts in 1 hour.
Once the hopper's full, you can drive this machine over to the designated dump area where you can offload the material and continue cleaning.
It cleans for up to 3 hours per charge, holds over 220 pounds of trash per load, and picks up debris smaller than an inch in size.
There's so many things that are very small that we miss during cleanups that this will pick up.
You can get more info at serial-cleaners.com. And third on our robo-helpers list, the Servy restaurant robot.
What if your staff always had a helping hand when they needed it? Now there's Servy.
It runs food to customers and busses tables.
Servy can navigate the tightest spots and unexpected obstacles.
It's a novelty to folks who love it, and wait staff appreciate the robot's help.
It makes it just a little bit easier so we can help focus on our customers and give them the best experience.
Creator Bear Robotics charges businesses $1,000 a month for the robot. Big restaurant chains like Chili's and Denny's use Survey, and even mom and pop shops are making it their latest hire.
If he saved me 10, 20 trips back and forth to the restaurant, to me, that's a lot.
You can find more info at bearrobotics.ai. And those were 3 ways robots are helping a shrinking labor force. And coming up, an expert from the movie ticket website Fandango.com shares a few recent and upcoming music documentaries you'll want to check out. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, we are back. Now on today's watch list, get ready to meet your favorite musicians up close and personal. Teresa Strasser's checking out some recent and upcoming music documentaries, giving you a new perspective on the people on your playlist.
Get ready to rock and roll because 2022 is the year for some of the biggest musical artists in history to have their own documentaries.
What's special about these is in all cases, the artists themselves had a hand in making these documentaries.
Talking about her recent and upcoming favorite picks is Fandango correspondent Nikki Novak. Starting off with George Michael, Freedom Uncut.
Ladies and gentlemen, George Michael!
This documentary really focuses on a lot of the struggles he had, including for his own creative freedom.
I remember thinking, I really don't know if I'll ever do this again.
Discussing the 2-time Grammy winner are some other musical icons.
He actually had a part in making this documentary. He narrated a part of it.
I want to leave songs that will mean something to other generations.
You can catch George Michael, Freedom Uncut, now on Vudu and other video-on-demand platforms. Up next, My Life as a Rolling Stone.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Rolling Stones!
The biggest rock band in history, the Rolling Stones, is getting their own 4-part docuseries.
It was an exciting time to be a musician.
Celebrating the band's 60th anniversary, each 1-hour-long episode focuses on one band member: Mick Jagger, Keith Richards, Ronnie Wood, and the late Charlie Watts.
There's a bond that can't be broken.
Sienna Miller, the actress, narrates this docuseries, and they really talk about the brilliance of the Rolling Stones, the cultural impact they've had.
My Life as a Rolling Stone premieres on the premium network Epix on August 7th. And finally, Moon Age Daydream.
Are you there, Mr. David Bowie?
Who doesn't love David Bowie?
This film includes 40 exclusively remastered Bowie songs and is the first film ever sanctioned by the Bowie estate.
It's what you do in life that's important, not how much time you have.
According to the estate of David Bowie, this won't be your typical biopic. It's going to be an otherworldly cinematic presentation as odd and intriguing as the space oddity that is its subject.
Life is fantastic.
Moon Age Daydream drops in IMAX and regular theaters on September 16th. Recent and upcoming musical documentaries
We must be doing something right.
on the watch list. We will be right back.
Welcome back. Now, if you're looking to celebrate sleeveless season without lifting weights, Hattie D. Jamal is saying a farewell to arms that aren't awesome with the flamenco workout.
Summer's coming. That means it's time to break out the tank tops and show off those guns.
And when we can show them off as strong, it sends a subconscious message that we are powerful and accomplished and capable of providing safety.
Coco Cabral, the Flamenco Fitness MD, shares 3 moves to help you spread your wings. For starters, uplift into graceful arms.
A lot of people want firm arms, but they want a more fluid look instead of a bulky look. I recommend doing this without weights.
Spread your arms out shoulder height with your elbows a little bent, neck long.
And imagine a falcon comes and grabs your elbows and takes flight so that your elbows come up towards the ceiling.
Then rotate your elbows back towards the floor. Make sure not to lift your shoulders to your neck.
And do 4 reps of 8 times each to get these nice uplifted arms.
Next, tighten the triceps.
Our bodies are built to use up the fat overall in the whole body all at once. So let's take a look and an arm exercise that actually uses the whole body.
Get into a wide stance, arms at shoulder height, and bend the knees.
We are using the legs while we bring the hands into the chest, and then lengthen the legs while we push out with effort on these hands.
Put on your favorite song and do this move for the duration.
And that will give your body the time that it needs to use up fat in the whole body so that you can eventually reveal the arm work underneath.
Finally, push into arm power.
It's really important to support our arm work with back strengthening and back work.
Get your arms up at shoulder height again and imagine they are wings of a bird of prey.
And you feel a gust of wind blow up underneath these wings and you push down against that wind.
Then open up your wings and push back down and bring your arms close to your sides and do 4 sets of 8 reps.
Birds of prey have proud chests, so as they bring their wings down, their chest is lifting.
Whipping those wings into shape, flamenco style.
You know, KG, I could see how flamingo dance would help with your legs and balance, but arms not so much. I just don't get it.
Jimmy, not flamingo, flamenco, and that is a terrible dad joke.
Okay, I'm a dad. I come by it honest.
I know.
YouTube, I gotta tell you, I'm a little sad about this show ending. We had a good thing going here. You felt it too, right? Well, you can let me know by hitting like, leaving a comment, or if you're not too commitment shy, even subscribing, because I'd really like to see you again. You know what? Maybe this doesn't have to end. Here's some more episodes. My treat.